Honey, I dash, got it on smash, foot on the gas. I will not crash, they will not stop me. Tenfold, copy, end zone, watch me celebrate. I'm cocky, I do my dance, jump in the stands. No man, the man, oh, deal with the hands. Thought he could guard me, I ruin they plans. I do what I want, they do what they can. Got it on smash, foot on the gas. I will not crash, honey, y'all dash, 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 yeah. They can't catch up cause they lacking the stamina. Way too advanced to be playing with amateurs. They on attack when they tackle like damager. They react and play it back on the camera. Hot boy, just consider me flammable. Sure shot, I got all the intangibles. Need a leash, I'm a beast, I'm an animal. Heat the competition up like a Hannibal. Know the game like I wrote up the manual. I do weekly what you do on the annual. MVP, that decision unanimous. Big dogs, I don't think they can handle it. Battlefield, it's just me and my warriors. Guaranteed we emerging victorious. Years, blood, sweat, tears, it's glorious. I remember when they always ignoring us. Dash, got it on smash, foot on the gas. I will not crash, they will not stop me. Tenfold, copy, end zone, watch me celebrate. I'm cocky, I do my dance, jump in the stands. No man, the man, oh, deal with the hands. Thought he could guard me, I ruin they plans. I do what I want, they do what they can. Got it on smash, foot on the gas. I will not crash, honey, y'all dash, honey, y'all dash, honey, y'all dash, honey, y'all dash, honey, y'all dash. They slept on the team that they owe me. I need a ring and a trophy. I say I'm the best cause I am. It's no need in keeping it low-key. I can carve for the D like a turkey, or run straight through the D like a train. This year we ain't taking no losses. It's all about making the game. I hear a lot of trash talk. He call himself making a name. I put on the Jets. The coach will regret even letting them stay in the game. Team around took a tumble. Next time be humble. I'm the lion in the jungle. You just try not to fumble. Rumble, young man, rumble. Never slip nor stumble. I take off, poof, magic. Now watch me juke through the traffic. Footwork fantastic. Dominating every facet. Treat the pocket like plastic. Here come the blitz, pass it. Got it on smash, foot on the gas. I will not crash. Honey, y'all dash, honey, y'all dash, honey, y'all dash, honey, y'all dash, honey, y'all dash.
Coach, a very warm day outside by Minnesota standards, but then again, it is still summer. Either way, the AC is working just fine at U.S. Bank Stadium in the Twin Cities. The scene a few moments ago, here it is. It's unlike any other in sport as both teams made their way out of the tunnel. These folks are fired up as their guys are ready to do battle between the Chicago Bears and the Minnesota Vikings. The holiday season is upon us. We've got the gift of the NFL as we're underway here in Week 16.
Here we go, here we go, here we go. Set, ready, 54, right, 54. Hey, D-line, let's get in there, let's get in there.
Here's the first carry for Tariq Cohen. And he's upended after a gain of 2 out to the 27.
Typically, we think it's the strong safeties that are better tacklers, especially closer to the line of scrimmage amidst traffic. But in this case, how about the free safety coming up and making the big-time play?
From the 27, Bridgewater. Open man, Taylor Gabriel.
I think that's a big pickup for a first down because when you run a drag route against zone, you're sometimes asking for trouble because you might run into a defender.
Yeah, well, there they ran into a first down, executed it to perfection. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. First down, a run with Cohen. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2. The success there, Charles, coming on the outside of the field, the ground game. Curious to see if that continues as we progress.
Yeah, we often talk about a variety in play calling and usually between run and pass. But in this case, with strictly the run game, you can be creative there as well. Run it inside, run it outside, keep the defense off balance.
8 yards the gain on that last run. Here's second and a couple. They run. This is Cohen. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. Officially, it will go as a 1-yard loss, and that's going to lead to a third down. An extra defender in the secondary for the Vikings here on third down. Play clock down to 2, and we get a signal and a timeout. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. Third and short yardage, Bridgewater. And that'll be incomplete. Well, they took their shot all right, but it comes up empty, and it's fourth down.
Well, that certainly looked like something that they discussed all week in practice getting ready for this one. Take the big shot right out of the gate. At worst, you'll open up the defense a little bit, loosen them up, have them back on their heels.
And the kick's away as he angles this one for the sideline. That'll be out of bounds, and how good was that? They'll say the 3-yard line. That's where they spot it.
That is how you flip field position. That's an absolute bomb of a punt. Downs it inside the 5-yard line. Absolutely ideal.
From that position, you're hoping to get it down inside the 15, inside the 5. Superb. This is the Oklahoma State alum, Chris Carson. And that won't buy him much room. Just a 1-yard gain to the 5. Tackle was made by Joel Iyiegbuniwe.
That first down play, all you want to do is wedge out any type of space and try and create enough room that if you have to run the punter out there, he can successfully complete the punt.
Yeah, didn't get a ton there, but at least some positive yardage.
Mike 58 right there. I'm coming.
On second down, it's Carson. And he's going to take this up past the 10 to about the 11. Give him 6 yards on the carry. It's going to be 3rd and 3 now.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
The Bears bring out an extra defender in the secondary now for third down. To throw, Cousins. And he will have the first down here as he's up to the 15. The gain of 4 that time as the drive continues.
That throw's not going to get them a whole lot, but that really didn't matter, did it? They got what they needed on that throw. Picked up the first down, and I'm going cliche here. Game of inches, partner.
Absolutely. And you talked to me a lot about opening drives, how key those are to set the tone. You kept the drive alive. Third down conversion here is big. On second and 9, Cousins. He's got it complete to Stephon Diggs. And he'll get this up to the 34-yard line. The catch and run, good for 18 and a first down.
First and 10 at the 34-yard line.
From the 34 now, here's first and 10.
Man, that's trash. That's trash.
First carry now for Alexander Mattison. And he'll get 2, maybe 3, up near the 37.
What's the old expression, 3 yards in a cloud of dust? In this case, it's dust-covered pellets. It's no longer that old grass that we used to play on, right, and chew it up. Now we've got that artificial surface. You see the pellets go up. Still a nice play by the defense.
The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7.
Let's set a tone, fellas. Let's set a tone.
Now it's Carson. And he'll be brought down right at the 45-yard line. That one, a first down pickup of 8.
And there we see an early burst that makes him one of the leading rushers in the league.
Well, I want you to know, I listened to you yesterday when we were watching film. You said write down the word vision for him. It was on display there, wasn't it?
It certainly was, because he allows the blocks to set up in front of him. And if that continues, it could be a long afternoon for those guys trying to play some defense.
Let's make these babies cry all the way back home, yo. Let's make these babies cry all the way back home.
First down. Here's Cousins. And Diggs has it. And he'll get it out to midfield. Looks like, yeah, they'll spot it right at midfield at the 50.
Well, from their point of view, this game could not be starting out much better, could it? Force a punt on defense, and now they're moving it crisply on offense.
Crisply, I like that. Yeah, moving it very, very well. Looks like the defense on their heels a little bit. You put a score in here, long way to go, but you're right, that's a heck of a start.
Yeah, and I think this is where the play caller is looking at his play sheet and saying, to have that dagger play, to have that play and just finish them off right now, because I think they'd love to gain that big advantage early.
On second down now, it's Carson. Call it a gain of 4 there, so it sets up a big play here. 3rd and a yard.
And that's one of the reasons you like to blitz even on run downs. It confuses the blocking assignments. It doesn't allow those offensive linemen to get up to the second level.
Hey, watch the sling. Run. 45, 45, 45, Mike, 45.
On 3rd down, Carson. He's not going to get there. That won't even be close. It was blown up in the backfield. Not at all what they envisioned on 3rd down. 3 yards in the wrong direction. On is the punt team now as this one's sent away. No returning this one. It sails out of bounds, and they'll spot it right at the 20.
At their own 20-yard line.
The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive. They punted last time they had it. What steps, Charles, you think they have to take to make sure they don't do that again?
Well, let's just go to the football 101, the trade expression 101. Win first down. Make 5, 6, 7 yards on first down and make it a 2nd and 3, 2nd and manageable. Keep accumulating first downs that way. Keep moving the football. You don't want to get behind the sticks because then the defense has the advantage.
No score after 1 on EA Sports. So 1st and 10 now from the 30. Bridgewater. And this is Gabriel on the catch.
I know you feel that.
4 yards on that last completion, so that sets up 2nd and 6. Now they'll run it with Cohen. And he went nowhere. Well, he went backwards, back to the 33. That'll be a loss of a yard, and it leads to a 3rd down.
Some of these play calls, I think they're a little conservative, but you know me, because it's easy to sit up in this booth, right, and make all the calls and think I'm going to be correct. But I would like to see them open things up, because otherwise this defense is just going to gang up on the run and shut them down.
On 3rd down, Bridgewater. And that will be incomplete. You can tell they were hoping for a flag there offensively. Several on the sideline motioning. Hey, why not a penalty? Why not a penalty? What did you see?
Yeah, I think you've got to let them play, and the officials are instructed. If there's contact coming from both sides, no flag. Let them fight it out.
And forces 4th down. Here's Pat O'Donnell now as he'll kick it away for the 2nd time. This is fielded at the 7. Officially, that'll go as a 52-yard punt. Not too shabby. And the Vikings will be backed up deep to begin their drive as they take over 1st and 10. The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway. They've been playing the field position game thus far. No score, second quarter as they come up on 1st and 10. They'll start out on the ground with Carson. And he is swallowed up right at the line of scrimmage. Call it no gain on the play, and it'll be 2nd down.
Well, that didn't appear to be a run blitz. He just darted in once he saw the run develop. That appeared to be a case of see ball, get ball.
Throwing on 2nd down. Cousins. It's complete to Diggs. They get 14 there. 1st down, Vikings.
Timing is everything, and they work on this cut all the time. They work on all the timing patterns, and this time it paid off for them. Worked him to the center of the field, cut it to the outside, ball's delivered, gets both feet down for the completion.
Here's Madison running on 1st down. And now a fumble. The ball's out. And this is picked up by the Bears. And his guys are going to get the football at the 23-yard line. They'll run on 1st down. It's Cohen. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
Well, he hasn't made much of an impact in the running game thus far, and after that last run, not much is going to change in that area.
He hasn't been able to get anything going, and really the offensive line not helping him much. The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9. Back to the ground, this time Montgomery. And they'll get this down to the 10. A solid pickup of 12 yards, and now they're knocking on the door.
Tremendous blocking by the interior of the offensive line. They didn't just gash him there. They blasted a gaping hole for him to gallop through. I think if he comes back to the huddle, he better be giving them a whole lot of credit and thanking them for that much space to rumble.
A first trip to the red zone for the Bears. They've got a 1st and goal from the 10-yard line. Now Bridgewater. Throwing over the middle, but it's incomplete. He was trying to find Anthony Miller there, but it'll be 2nd and goal.
Those throwing windows get a lot tighter near the end zone, don't they? And here's the thing. You already probably have 3 points in your hip pocket. You force a throw here and give up an interception, you come away with nothing.
Especially tough in the middle third of the field where he threw that one. And he maneuvers his way down to the 3-yard line. A nice run there as he picks up 6. It's going to be 3rd and goal now. They'll run forward to Tariq Cohen. And not even back to the line of scrimmage this time as they're on him quickly once more. 4th down now after a loss of 2. This situation in the 4th quarter, you go for it. But here, take the points.
If you go for it here and don't get it, you and I are missing our plane, and we're going to the post-game press conference to hear him justify it. Because the next thing we'll see is the owner walking in announcing a firing. There is no way he goes for it here. Get the field goal. It's the first half of the game. You've got time to make it up.
The kick by Pinheiro is good. And it's 3-0. The Bears hit the scoreboard first. Been a bit of a dogfight thus far into the 2nd quarter now, and we do have our first points, a field goal.
Yeah, a lot of people say, wow, first action on the scoreboard, about time. To me, the action's been right there on the field, trying to figure out who could gain an advantage, gain some field position, finally get points on the board. I'm loving this kind of game.
It feels like kickers might play a big role in this one.
Yes, make sure you give them the respect they deserve. They could cost you a game or win you one.
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. And this is a unit that, to be frank, doesn't look like they've woken up yet. I mean, a punt and a turnover on their first 2 drives.
And I think the game's starting to take shape a little bit now. And I'm going to take it into the basketball world. When you're having trouble scoring or moving the ball in basketball, what do? Get it to their best player, right? Find a matchup, create it, exploit it, and try and move the football.
They'll operate from the 32-yard line here, 2nd and 3. Now Cousins. Looking for Aguilar, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 36. And the return here will go to the 31-yard line.
Well, this is a defense that can confuse even the best of quarterbacks with their zone schemes. And here you've got a linebacker that's going to stay at home and just sit down in that zone. And this one basically comes right to him.
Give him a couple on the carry there, 2nd and 8.
Well, he's looking for some running room, and there wasn't a whole lot of it there on that play. I think he was lucky to get a couple yards out of it. So those defenders, they were rallying to the football pretty quickly.
Throwing on 2nd and 8. Bridgewater. This one into the hands of Burton. 16 yards is the pickup there and a first down for Chicago.
And after that completion, you can understand why so many teams in the league are emphasizing speed on defense at every position. The tight ends have created so many tough matchups now. If you can't run with a tight end as a linebacker, this is going to be the result every time.
First down, here's the run to Montgomery. And he'll get this one down to about the 10-yard line. Give him 3 on first down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7.
Well, it wasn't much of a gain, but we're getting near the 2-minute warning, so maybe they just want to get to that point, regroup, and decide what they want to do the rest of the half.
Second quarter, 2 minutes remain, 3-0 our score.
You don't want no problem from me.
A reminder, once we hit halftime, as we do all season, we'll send it down to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. He'll have all the stats and scores from games in progress around the NFL.
The best multitasker in the business, the coach.
On 2nd and 7, Bridgewater. He's got Burton here. And he's able to work it here to the 8-yard line. Only 2 there on the dump-off. It's 3rd down.
Well, they're unable to convert that into much, but it's never a bad idea to try to get the ball into a tight end of his caliber's hands and see what kind of disruption he can cause.
And on 3rd down, a nickel formation here defensively.
Watch the screen! Watch the screen! Watch the screen! Watch the screen! Check 55 to Mike! Check 55 to Mike! I'm scared! Mike 55!
From the gun, Bridgewater into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off by the linebacker, Eric Kendricks. He's got the lane, and there he goes. The 20, 10, and he's going to score. It's a Viking touchdown. How about that for a little jolt right before intermission?
You talk about taking momentum into the half with you, and so many teams have an emphasis on trying to score in the last 2 minutes of a half to carry that with them. It's not often talked about scoring on defense, though. That's extra mode.
And now they may take the lead into the locker room as well. Point after, right down the middle, so they elect to decline it.
And why not? Just go ahead and let the play stand, and they'll take that.
This is fielded a couple yards deep. And he'll get it up past the 20 to the 22-yard line.
Ready!
At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense. And now with still more than a minute to go in what's been a tight game, you figure we'll try to see them move the ball downfield.
And remember, they get the kickoff to start the second half, so this is a golden opportunity for them to go down there and put up a couple of sixes back-to-back. What a momentum swing that would be.
Yeah, you might be able to get a 2-for-1 without ever even giving up the football. So now they have to contend with 2nd and 13 after the first down run goes backwards. Out of the gun, Bridgewater. At the 39. Now the Bears going to use the second of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 37 seconds to play in this first half. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. From the shotgun, it's Bridgewater. The Vikings after him, and they get there for the sack. Leonard Williams in there to get him, and that is sack number 6 now for him on the year. To try again after the sack. Bridgewater, that's complete right side to Gabriel. Now a timeout signaled for, and they'll get it with 10 seconds to go before halftime. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10.
54 Mike, 54 Mike. Check, watch 54, watch 54. 3 bud. Mike's 54. Mike's 54. Hey, Mike's 5. Mike's 5-4. And let's get
to throw is Bridgewater. And that is incomplete, stopping the clock with 5 seconds to go.
It leads to 2nd and 10.
So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on 1st down. Final play of the half, Bridgewater. Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 22. Now, I know it's an emotional game, Charles. You can't do that.
And when you get into your film sessions and you argue your case with your coaches, that's exactly what they say at the end. You just can't do it. It costs your team.
This has the carry. It does not. It's no good. So we've reached halftime here in a 4-point game. As we send you down to Orlando, where Jonathan Coachman has our EA Sports halftime report. Coach. The Vikings have to like their position. They've got the lead. They get this football as well as we are back and underway for the second half. Fielded about a yard deep. And he'll take this up past the 20 and down at the 22-yard line. The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway. They have the lead now. They'll be looking for some separation here as we begin the third quarter.
I like the way you term that, because now I think they go a little bit deeper into their playbook. They like what they did in the first half. That worked okay. But in order to get the separation that you just talked about, change things up a little bit. Change your tendencies, try and hit them a little bit more with some things they didn't see in the first half.
We'll see if they do just that. That first down completion only netted them 3. 2nd and 7.
Where's the hot? Hey, Mike 52, Mike 52. Hey, can. Slam.
This is Carson. Call it a gain of 5 there on the run, but they'll remain a yard or 2 short here with 3rd down coming up. In the first half, he was held in check on the ground, but despite that lack of production, they still have the lead.
Yeah, and they've got to feel fortunate about that. If they could actually get production from their lead horse, that would help open up this offense and widen this margin, too.
This is Johnson. He's got it. And down he goes, but he takes it up to the 40. It's a gain of 11 as the Vikings pick up the first.
But it appears that they read man defense and went to the out route, and what you have to do on that one is the receiver's got to make sure he works the defender towards the middle of the field to give himself space to cut to the outside and have that ball delivered with good timing, and they got it done.
He'll take this from the 40 up to the 45 for a gain of 5.
Running lanes were at a premium in the first half, but he's able to find some room there, and he's hoping that that's a precursor of a big second half.
45.
They stay on the ground. Again, it's Carson. It'll be a pickup of a couple, and it leaves them with a 3rd and 3.
I'd say they've got to find a way to get him going. He's such a big part of their offense. I wonder if they might throw it a little and come back to the run.
Anything, because you're right. He's pretty much been completely neutralized. They'll try to get it on the ground with Madison. And able to pick up the first across midfield to the 47. It's a pickup of 6 and good enough to move the chains.
On 3rd down, that's a good job of situational football and understanding where the first down marker was and getting there.
A quick pass out to Aguilar. And he'll be taken down at the 44-yard line.
The goal of a wide receiver screen is get enough blockers in front to create a wall and let him pick his spot to run the football. How about the defense there, swarming to it and not allowing that to happen? Did not let him get downfield.
On 2nd down, it's Carson, and he's going to get stopped up quickly. Give him a yard down to the 43. They had 3 yards on 1st down, just 1 yard there. So it's 3rd and 6, and this will be the 8th play of the drive. From the shotgun, it's Cousins. Aguilar has it. And he's going to have another 1st down as the tackle's made here at the Bears' 32-yard line. Well, this is how you shake the thoughts of that interception on the last drive. You come out and start this one 4 for 4.
And watching him throw it around with that type of confidence reminds me of a guy I played with way back when, and he told me, I don't care if I throw 10 interceptions in a row. I'm going to stay confident, keep flinging it. I just figured there's something wrong with the football.
And he'll go down at the 26 following a gain of 6.
Looks to me like maybe there's a little attrition setting in with this drive, because when you see that type of a run, I get the feeling the defense getting a little bit tired.
And that's the last thing they need, especially when they look up at the scoreboard. Another carry now for Madison. And he's able to get it to the edge of the red zone at the 20-yard line. A gain of 5, good enough for the 1st down.
Well, this has been a long drive. In fact, it's eaten up a good chunk of the 3rd quarter, which is precisely what you want when you're playing with the lead. You control the football, you control the clock, and impose your will on the defense.
You must be getting tired of seeing me. Check 15. Quaker Omaha.
Running from the shotgun with Madison. And he'll take it down here just shy of the 15 at the 16-yard line. Call that a gain of 5 as the clock ticks inside of 2 minutes to go now in the 3rd.
2nd and 5 at the Bears' 16-yard line.
The 1st down run got 5. Here's 2nd and 5.
Watch the run.
Here's Carson. He takes us down to about the 12 for a gain of 3.
Not a whole lot of room to maneuver there, and I think that's because everyone took care of their responsibilities, filled their gaps, held their place. No place for him to run.
It looked good. Everything got funneled to the nose tackle. They swallowed him up. And prior to this 3rd and 2 play, we're going to get a timeout call. It's just their first, so 2 remaining as they burn one here in this 3rd quarter. Now a timeout called for by the defense. It's just their first, so 2 remaining as they burn one here in this 3rd quarter. They run again with Carson. And he has the first down before he's tackled at the 5. Now a second timeout called for by the defense. And that's going to leave him with just 1 timeout remaining still in the 3rd quarter. We'll see if that comes back to haunt him. We'll be back.
Gone.
They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And he'll get in. Touchdown, Minnesota. Chris Carson with touchdown number 8 on the year. And the Vikings are going to widen that advantage. The extra point splits the uprights, and that pushes the lead up to 11. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive. And here we are almost through 3 quarters of play, and this passing game still has not really found any kind of rhythm.
Put it mildly, because they're not even over 100 yards yet. And in today's NFL, where it's a pass-first league, that is quite surprising. Not many teams patient enough to stick with the run. Everybody wants to advance the ball through the air. They've got to get their timing back.
Ball on the 30. They'll come up with a 2nd and 5. To throw, Bridgewater. And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's 3rd down.
Incomplete. He was covered by Trey Waynes.
And this should be the final play before the quarter ends. Bridgewater from the gun on 3rd down. Open man is Miller. He's got it. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line.
This possession means so much for them. They've got to focus on this drive and find a way to make this a one-possession game.
Yes.
Got to get a score.
Yeah, so good with a field goal. Don't necessarily need a touchdown. 1st down, Bridgewater. They'll set up the screen to Montgomery. And this play will be blown up. He'll lose yardage back at the 38. It's a 6-yard loss on the play, and it'll make this a 2nd and long. To the air again with Bridgewater. And they'll start out with great field position at the 47-yard line in enemy territory. Well, that's 3 picks he's now thrown in this game.
And I know this, the holiday season, because here we are in December.
Giving.
Right, it is the season of giving. Maybe for his own sake after the game, he may have to announce that he's donating certain amounts to charity for each interception that he threw.
Here's Madison. 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8. Offensively with the lead, you want to run the ball, keep the clock going, but you also want to still kind of be in attack mode too, right? So how do you do that and not come back on your heels?
Yeah, think about all the practices we've watched where they have that tempo period to go over things just like this, where they describe the scenario, tell you what they're looking for, and make sure that they're still attacking, yet at the same time not going so fast as to leave too much time on the clock.
The Vikings on third down. They have been superb. 5 for 6 to this point. This is 3rd and 7. Cousins to throw it. Able to find Isabella. It's a gain of 11 as the Vikings pick up the first.
And that pickup of a first down, that's going to leave a mark because they really needed to stop them there, didn't they?
So frustrating. Defensively, you're a play away from getting that football back here down late. Tough.
Now they've got to find a way to create a turnover or takeaway. Otherwise, this one will probably get away from them.
So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. They run it with Carson. And not much running room. Down to the 32. Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9.
Bottom line, they want to keep this clock rolling, so they'll take that one right there. They just want to keep falling forward, and they won't put the onus on the big fellas up front in order to bring this one home.
On 2nd down, this is Madison. It's a 4-yard pickup there, and it leaves them with 3rd and 5.
When you find that kind of yardage, you couldn't be more confident as a ball carrier. And guess what? You're going to go back and tell your offensive coordinator, I'd like to keep carrying it, thank you.
The Vikings on 3rd down. They've been excellent, 6 for 7. This will be 3rd and 5. Going to run with Madison again. And he's going to be taken down here, still a couple yards short of the first. Now the Bears will use their 3rd and final timeout. So that will leave them with no timeouts left. Still plenty of time on the clock. We'll see how that affects things here in this 4th quarter. And his kick is right there. It's good. And they will stretch the lead now to 17-3. So they settle for just the 3. But clearly right now anything helps trying to salt this one away in the 4th.
Without a doubt. Obviously a touchdown probably would have been the final nail to finish this thing off. But it's still 8 up time. Got points. So while it's not mission accomplished, it's darn close.
And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line.
Here we go. Here we go.
At their own 22-yard line.
At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense. They're sort of seeing themselves spiral out of control. Let's see if they can get things back on track.
And this is where the coach is walking that line of being calm and really being firm with his team. I had one tell me once, when we were having a tough patch, this too shall pass, this too shall pass. And then finally we kept having a rough patch. He said, but you got to do something to make it pass. And that's what they have to do. They've got to get some control back, get themselves reasserted, and calm things down.
See if they can get calm and reassert themselves here. Now, meanwhile, a pass that should have been intercepted, but it winds up falling incomplete. Now they face a 3rd down and 4 after that incompletion on 2nd down. Bridgewater now. Open man, Taylor Gabriel. And he's going to have the first down, yardage to the 35. A strong 8 yards will keep this drive rolling. Throwing is Bridgewater. He'll try and set up the screen. It's complete. And he'll get it out near the 40 to the 39. They'll get 4 there out of the screen, and it's 2nd down. 4 yards on that last completion, so that sets up 2nd and 6. Now a man open down the middle of the field. Only 3 yards on the catch. It's 3rd down. 3rd and short yardage. Bridgewater finding Gabriel, complete. And this is going to turn into another first down as the tackle is made at the Vikings' 38-yard line. From Viking territory now, they'll come up 1st and 10 at the 38. Play action now. Bridgewater. And this is Gabriel on the catch. And he works it past the 30, almost to the 25. Now we're going to get a stoppage. It appears to be an injured Bear on the field. Not something you want to see in Week 16 or any week, really. We'll be right back. Now Trubisky. And that will be incomplete. Would have been a big hitter if they had connected. Instead, it's second down.
This defense was definitely alert to the possibility of the deep ball, and they were more than ready for it.
They've got the lead, fourth quarter. Maybe can expect more passes like that downfield. Seems pretty obvious defensively a key was stopping the run game. How have they done it so successfully?
To me, it seems that these guys really did a nice job of paying attention during the scouting report meeting. And you know, Brandon, when they do those, they talk about the top plays that these guys like to run. The best runs for the top running back, those are the ones you focus on and want to take away. And they've done that pretty successfully in this game.
So the Bears with the football here as we welcome you back. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. Now it's Trubisky. And this is caught now for a late touchdown. So hold everything here. This one's not over yet.
I'm not sure win-win is the proper term here, but it certainly felt like it. They got the touchdown they needed, but if I'm on the defensive side of the ball, okay, you got the touchdown, but it sure took you a long time.
Yeah, because offensively there, you're probably hoping for a 1 to 5 play drive. That one ate up a little more time than they were hoping.
You're exactly right, and if you have that 1 to 5 play drive, you actually build up momentum and even more hope. When they had to slog their way downfield, they got the touchdown, but it's almost like, yeah, you know,
doesn't feel right.
Exactly.
And the Vikings able to recover. The hands team does its job. They had to go for it with no timeouts remaining, though, now. This one's as good as over.
They gave it an effort. They tried their best, did everything they could to try and get the ball on the onside kick. You're exactly right. They had to try it. It was their only option. And now this game is done. Just take it, kneel, and call it a day.
Here we go. Here we go.
On first down, Carson. And I think this defense knew what was coming as he is smothered behind the line. It's a loss of a yard there, and now second down. A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11.
Pull it together. 58 is the mic. Go 58 is the mic. And we got to get to the ball, team. We got to get to the ball. Let's keep moving.
Victory formation time for the Vikings as they'll take a knee here. Charles, third down. Any chance you're throwing?
I don't think so. I think you got to keep the clock rolling here.
Cousins just going to take this one down to a knee and end it.
Listen, anytime you take a knee to end a game, that means you've won it. So it doesn't matter whether it's home or on the road, but there's something a little extra special about doing it in front of your home crowd, isn't there?
And the home crowd applauding. They're happy with what they've seen. Chalk this one up in the left-hand column for a win.
Yeah, that's right. Head to the locker room, throw the wristbands in the crowd for the kids, your gloves, your towels. Get to share it with the home team.
So the final seconds have ticked away in this Minnesota victory, and it wasn't really always pretty. They had their bumps and bruises. Really, both sides did, but they did what they needed to do at home to get the win.
Yeah, they really had to grind this one out, didn't they? Because nothing came easy. Every snap was a major league brawl. They had to win at the line of scrimmage, win downfield. They got all those things accomplished. But to win a close one like this, you know, every team wants to be physical. We've heard that a million times, right? But those who are mentally tough, those are the teams that you have to deal with in the playoffs. This was that type of a game.
So for the Vikings, it's a critical win for them as it gets them to 9-6 on the year. And they will hit the road next week to take on the Indianapolis Colts. Meanwhile, for the Bears, their playoff hopes take a big hit as they fall to 8-7. And they'll try to turn it around next week as they head to Atlanta for a matchup with the Falcons. And for Charles Davis and our entire crew here at EA Sports, I'm Brandon Gaudin saying so long, everybody.
the young, incredible, honestly. Millennials, I be murdering any flow. Yeah. I just had to let you know. Yeah. Give me that work and I can sell it. I put it on the line like I ain't selfish, nah. The story flip if I let you tell it. Put my heart and soul in so you feel it. I ain't never faking, I'm the realest since Tupac in imprisonment, claiming his innocence. Currently, I'm the greatest rapper in a sense. But any currency, I'm still guaranteed my wins. This is coming from within, I stuff for real, I don't pretend. When the OG spilling knowledge, bet it's best you soak it in. I'm a prophet to them scholars, got them chakras opening. Got them fixing up their octaves, now they truly focused in. I'm seeing 2020 visions. Daily manifesting on my premonitions. Best to keep it neutral, got my own religion. The brainwash, gotta make your own decision. My word is James Bond, I stay on a mission. Coming for the top position, ain't no competition, man. Pull up in the top is missing, the opposition ain't. All that lane switching, this is what the game is. It's the young, incredible, honestly.